How Mr. Grinchly Found Christmas by Donna K. Weaver. Narrated by Vicki Pierce. Chapter 1. Eb Grinchly stilled his body, forcing himself not to rip his hair out by the roots, or jump up from his chair and run around the office raging. The ridiculous mental image calmed him. Wouldn't that be a sight? After being promoted to Director of Public Relations nearly a year ago, he couldn't lose his cool, though he never had. Not in public, anyway. He'd worked hard to prove how well he could handle any situation with coolness and logic. But was his boss trying to break him? In all the years Edelweiss Ski Resort had hosted the Santa Claus run, they'd never used the same person 2 years in a row as Old Nick. As one of Wyoming's premier holiday events, it took complicated juggling of guests and sponsors to fit the ego of each year's Santa, and time researching the person so Eb got all of it right. These last-minute changes might just kill him. He was good at what he did, thorough with an intuitive sense of what to include in the advertising. It took a lot of time and effort. When the first Santa for this year had moved to Hawaii, there was still enough time for Eb to do a quality job with the substitute. Now, with over 3/4 of the year gone, the resort owner had called to make yet another change, to the same actor they'd had last year. Eb closed his eyes and took a cleansing breath. At least he was friends with the actor's assistant and had worked with her before. Sandra was capable and efficient and beautiful. He shook his head. Her attractiveness had absolutely no bearing here. Against the odds, the last-minute switch had worked out. Now that had been an 11th-hour change and hadn't allowed him to do any research. The actor, newly nominated for an Oscar he later won, had generated enough word of mouth on his own. Fortunately, the event had been a great success, with Eb doing very little. His shoulder muscles loosened. He could deal with this change, too. Whatever else happened, he didn't want to turn into his father, who'd let his job consume him to the point of a nearly fatal heart attack. Still, once upon a time, Eb would have been thrilled at the opportunity to take on a challenge like this, and a part of him still...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?